Hi Aquarius, it's Meg with Padmes, and I'm doing your end of the month, April energy check here. And this is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What is going on with you, Aquarius? We're calling our angels and guides of the highest vibrations of love and light, because I don't want to talk to anyone else. Getting messages for you for your highest and your greatest good, your most benevolent outcomes. What is it that you need to know at the end of April? Here we go, Aquarius. We're going to do an old wise tree spread and then get some clarification. What is going on? Ooh. Okay. So the first thing that I am noticing here is where you're coming from. So everything, all of the energy is being formed from this focal point, and it is the Ace of Cups. So this amazing, powerful love energy, very possibly a powerful new start in love. You also have the Ace of Pentacles here. So you have two aces. This is definitely some kind of new beginning. This is auspicious for the end of the month here. And this is bringing things in, bringing new things in, a new solid, safe, and secure type of beginning, a new beginning that you are really excited about, makes you feel like your heart is open for it. And here in past, present, future, in the past, you have your star card. The star card is about your highest and your greatest potential forming. So this path has opened itself. It's already opened itself. I feel like you're already aware of it. Your higher self is talking about this great seed being planted and kind of like being able to run with it. It's up to you what you do with it. Your angels and guides are talking about being in two worlds at the same time, very possibly having two opportunities come up at the same time. But this is about juggling. It's also about something keeping you on your toes kind of thing with this. It feels very inspired. It also feels like, here's the Two of Wands in your big picture. It feels like it's a choice. There's some kind of choice that needs to be made. So it's like one thing needs to be chosen over the other because you have to focus all of your attention on this one thing. Happening now and into the near future, here you are being really abundant, really recognizing your intrinsic worth, really recognizing how you want to spend your time, what you want to be doing with your time, with your days, with daylight even. And your advice is talking about really having to choose one thing that you're not going to pursue because you have to pursue the other thing. So on one hand, this is two new beginnings, but also whatever it is that you choose, both of the energy of the aces are going to be in that one option. It's going to be something you love. It's going to be something that has the potential to be solid, safe, and secure, and that you can run with it. There's something about, okay, there's an option here. Let me just say it in a different way. Here's the heart of the situation. And the heart of the situation is talking about something ending that has possibly been quite painful or just really taken a lot out of you. So it's like, okay, I'm leaving something from the past behind, something that I know really well, something that maybe feels safe because there's history there. However, it's not the new me. It's not the Empress. And so it's leaving something behind that you know really well in order to go forward into your worth. This has released the idea of making the choice. I feel like the choice has already been made. You've already made the choice. And there's resistance to heartbreak around this. There's resistance to heartbreak. I don't want to feel heartbreak. I also feel like somebody's ready to go, though. I feel like you're just ready to go, and the resistance What that means is you've already done some, I even want to say spiritual healing around this. You've already done the spiritual healing around this. So when it actually happens, the recovery time or the grief period of loss isn't going to be, it's going to be different than what it would be if it was a shock. Now, that being said, here's your trajectory and here's the tower, and this is a shock. This is a big change. But with the rest of the energy here, it's a big change. I feel like it might be shocking to other people because they're not expecting it. But for you, it's not necessarily a shock because you've been ready for it and you've been waiting for it. I also feel like someone is going to feel betrayed a little bit about you leaving this other option behind. They're thinking that you're being selfish or something like that. And the odd thing is, though, is that you are being selfish, but selfish is not a bad word. This isn't about anybody else but you. You're thinking about what you want and what's going to make you happy in the future and in the long run, I'm hearing. And that is important. And that's more important than someone else and what's going to make them happy in the long run. You know, it's equally as unfair for you to do something for the benefit of someone else and you have to sacrifice for it. There's no sacrifice in here. I feel like the sacrifice has already happened. You have already sacrificed and you no longer need to do that. Let's get some clarification around what's going on. This can be a situation, this can be a relationship, this can be work related. Let's see. What is going on for the rest of the month, Aquarius? Let's look at this Two of Wands reversed, choosing one thing over another thing. Right, because you are manifesting and you are in manifesting mode. You are using all of your resources. I'm even hearing that you're channeling those resources around you. You're in a different mode. You're in a different frequency. You're in a different stream of consciousness. And there's a lot of action right now around you. And it does have to do, and here, this is even your card, Aquarius. This does have to do with you standing in your power. Let's look at this Empress. Okay, look at that. So you move into your Empress, your state of worthiness, your feelings of worthiness, really understanding all of your value. And that happens before the big change. So that's either happened, just happened, or it's just about to happen. Let's look at this Tower. And this Tower, it's talking about being selfish. This King of Wands reverse. I feel like this is your energy. And when I say selfish, it doesn't mean it in a bad way. This means that I feel like other people are going to be surprised that you're choosing something by thinking about yourself and not the whole. In actuality, you choosing something that makes you happy or that fits with your life ends up helping other people, but other people don't want to change either. You know, other people don't want to change. And you're like, well, I have to change. So that forces them to change. And that's why they're upset about it. That doesn't, yeah, this is like, I'm no longer people pleasing. I'm no longer pursuing something that doesn't serve me. I'm only half illuminated when I do that. What is this offer? This Ace of Cups. I feel like it's an offer that you felt you haven't been strong in the past, and that is totally changing now. You're feeling very strong in this now. It's been something it's been a desire, and now the desire has gotten stronger. Let's take a look at this heart of the situation. What's up with the Six of Cups, this past life stuff? Okay. Wow. So here's the Queen of Swords up here, and here's the Queen of Swords again. So that's really who's going to be upset about this. No gender in tarot, but energy, right? So the Queen of Swords, there's feminine energy that feels betrayed. There's feminine energy that feels like they've been looking out for your greatest good, that you're going to choose something that they are not suggesting you choose. And that's okay. But there's something going on here around the end of a cycle that's been really difficult. And it looks like this choice has been up in the air for a while, but you haven't made the decision because you've been loyal to someone else's needs or wants or desires. But this choice, you've known it for a long time. I feel like you've processed this just like this. You've processed this Three of Swords already. Yeah, you've brought it full circle already. Your grieving pattern is going to be very different than this person who's going to be, I don't want to say blindsided, but the person that felt like they were in control of, I even want to say your status, they're going to be surprised. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's a thing that has a lot of momentum. And yeah, this is you saying no to something that has been solid, safe, and secure in the past. So it might be surprising for some people that, why would you do this? I even feel like somebody's going to try to kind of gaslight you a little bit. Like, on one hand, they're looking out for your greatest good. On the other hand, they're looking out for theirs more. It just, and what I mean by that is it makes them feel safe and comfortable if you do what they say. But if you don't, it makes them uncomfortable. There's going to be a lot of communication about going back and forth. Like, you've made the decision and they act like you haven't made the decision yet, but you've already made the decision. It's almost like they're not giving you the respect that you deserve at this point. But I feel like it's just a pattern, or it's a habit. It's somebody, I feel like, that you've confided in for a long time, and that's their role, and they take it on as their role too. And so when you do something different, they feel like they're very upset because they realize their role is changing and your relationship is evolving. I want to take a look at that star. The thing is, here you've known what to do for a while, and it's been a big burden on you not acting on it, and now you're acting on it, and you're going to get pushed back. But really, ultimately, that's the universe making you work for it, making you really show that you want this. It's kind of like the universe is helping you prove to yourself what you're made of, but also that your desires are important to fulfill them and to take action in order to fulfill them. And that's what stepping into your Empress is too. Let's take a look at this Queen of Swords reversed. Yeah. Ultimately, this Queen of Swords reversed energy wants your highest and your greatest good. But this change is, the reaction to the change is going to be what is the thing that they step forward with first. I think it will smooth out later, but at first it feels pretty prickly. Okay, let's take a look at some energy you don't see coming, Aquarius. Energy you don't see coming. Here's the Sun card. We have the Sun card down there too. The Anchor and the Cross. You know, this is you saying, I am anchoring into what's going to make me happy, what's going to illuminate me fully and not just halfway. And this is my cross to bear. It's almost like this is what you are having to tell someone else. Like, you're making this choice and they're like, oh, you're going to regret it. Or, oh, are you sure? Like the gaslighting thing, like trying to make you question yourself. But you're like, well, yes, and I'm just going to do this. This is my cross to bear. This is my mistake to make. But the thing is, it's not a mistake, even if people are trying to make you feel like it might be. Let's get some advice here for you, Aquarius. This is a huge new chapter for you, stepping into this Empress energy. What are your angels and guides want to advise? Here's the Wheel of Fortune reversed. This, as advice, is talking about recognizing the cycles of everything. Recognizing the cycles of everything. It's almost like you can't stay where you've been forever. And this new thing, you have to give it a moment to cycle up and go around. I feel like these two aces, though, are very auspicious. And then you've got the King of Pentacles. Angels and guides are talking about things being solid, safe, and secure. They're talking about being action-oriented and recognizing the foundation of this opportunity. I almost feel like I'm hearing, like, if it's meant to be yours, it won't pass you by, but also acting on this opportunity is important. This is also ownership, owning this new chapter. Here's the Seven of Swords reversed. You have learned a lot in the past from where you have been. You know you're in a place now where you can go forward into the future. You can go differently. You have a lot of wisdom because of everything that you've learned from in the past. I feel like this person that you're dealing with too feels like you're leaving them in the dust kind of after they've helped you in some way. And the thing is, that's exactly what they were there to do. And you were there to do that for them as well. And you both did. This is this completion of that cycle. And your guides are saying, you can't do this forever. The cycle is complete. It's time for the new chapter. Okay, Aquarius, that's what I've got. I'll be back with your new moon reading in a couple of days. And I'll see you soon. Bye, Aquarius.